G'day everyone, and welcome to the Risky Rollers podcast. I'm Dalton, and I am not joined, as always, by Lockie this time. I'm joined instead by Laurence.
Hi, boys and girls.
It's good to have you on. As you will remember from last week, Lockie and Icon both talked shit about the Necrons, so they're not on here anymore. Laurence, tell me, for no particular reason, what are your opinions on Necrons?
I believe they are very good now. Of course, there are still some, more improvements to be done, especially their, what do you call this one? Like the chapter tactics.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, their command protocols.
yeah, the protocols. Yes, I believe they need to do better. I think there are only one, two good ones. But then in terms
Yeah.
of, the point deductions, I believe you can put a lot of units already.
See, that's the kind of positivity we need here. None of this, Necrons are a terrible faction kind of nonsense we got last week. Yeah, look, so we are recording this the night before 40k is the way,
Is
which
the way,
is really
yes.
cool. We've just been down setting up tables for that, which is
Yes.
awesome. It's so cool to see everything come together. I'm keen, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Tables are all looking so puffed.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lockie is just catching up on a few bits of paperwork tonight, as will I after this, just to get everything sorted for that. So that is why it is just the two of us, and we are going to be having a very sort of quick overview and a look through some of the lists that will be attending tomorrow's event.
Yes, some are very interesting.
Yeah. So before we get into that, if you wanted to see us setting up and preparing for it and see all these people getting their armies ready, doing all this painting, all this list building and crafting, make sure to jump into our Discord. That's where it's all been happening. It's been fantastic. People in there are keen for it. We're excited. They're excited. We're having a great time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So get
join
involved
us.
down there. If you want to support us even more than what we just by watching our stuff or listening to us or chatting with us in Discord, you can become a patron. Go over to our Patreon. You get early access to our bat reps. You get an exclusive narrative campaign. Yada yada yada. You know the drill. There's cool stuff there. Go and check it out.
Yes, cool, cool,
As
cool.
always, a massive thanks to Dice Arcade. We'll hear a bit more from Tim a bit later for all your miniatures and hobby needs. Without any further ado, 40k is the way. It is the
It's
first
it
Risky
the way.
Rollers. It is indeed. It is the way. It is the first Risky Rollers organised play event.
Yeah.
It is happening tomorrow, the 29th of January, 2022. And I'm really, really excited. It's
Yeah,
going to be good.
I can't wait. I don't think I would be able to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hoping I can get some sleep, but because we're going to need it. It's going to be a big day.
Yeah, true.
But
Tomorrow's a long day.
oh yeah, it's going to be a long one, but it's going to be good. We've been prepping for it, getting stuff ready. It's been incredible seeing the response to it. So many people want to come and play. We had quite a decent sized waiting list. Unfortunately, of course, we were capped at 16 players just
Yes.
because of the sized event we can run at the moment. But yeah, it's cool.
Yes, I'm
So
very excited for this one because, of
yeah,
course, we would be meeting also lots of new people that we haven't met yet. So it's very
yeah.
nice.
I think probably the thing I'm most looking forward to is all these people that I've chatted to on the Discord or on Instagram, all that kind of stuff, and seen them around on there, but never met them. I'm going to get to meet them tomorrow and to see them play and see them have a great time.
Yeah, correct.
And I'm keen for that. If you want to, so this podcast is going up. Okay, we keep talking about it as if it's tomorrow. If everyone listening, it's today. This podcast is going up at 8 a.m. and which is the same time that doors open for this tournament. So the first round is in, if you're listening to this now, less than an hour.
Yes.
If you saw the notification for this come up on your phone and you started watching it or listening to it immediately, less than an hour.
Yes.
So make sure if you're listening to it on the day, make sure to jump over to the Risky Rollers Instagram or directly into the Discord. We'll be putting up stories, posts, reels, all the stuff into the Discord and onto the Instagram, just showing off all the cool stuff that's happening and everyone having a great time. Yeah.
Are we doing some kind of a live feed in Discord tomorrow, or no?
We will be definitely having some live feeds here and there coming up through the day. I don't
Okay.
think we're not planning to run a full setup all day
Okay.
long,
Yep.
but we
Yep.
will definitely. I'll be there with a little bit of gear we'll definitely be having some in and out drop-ins into the Discord to chat and to hang out.
Yeah, that's cool.
So make sure to get involved there, because that's really cool. So yeah, what we will be talking about a little bit tonight is just some of the lists and stuff. We're sort of going over a few of the different armies people are bringing and just chatting about what we're excited to see and how we think they'll do.
Yes.
And just sort of getting our heads around it a bit, because tomorrow's going to be go all day.
Yeah, it's a 3-round event, correct?
Yes, so the way it'll work is a 3-round event. Round 1's at 9 a.m, I believe. We are getting stuck right in nice and early. We've got 3 rounds. We've got three fun missions. That should be good. Don't worry, we're not forcing anyone to play the Scouring. We're still using the 2021 mission pack just because the 2022 mission pack only actually comes out on the day the tournament is running.
Yeah, correct.
So we can't be prepared for that in advance. And really, people making lists who had to submit them last week couldn't be prepared for it. It's just not worth it. So we are running the 2021 mission pack.
I think it's okay.
I think it's all right. We've chosen some nice missions that we'll find out as we go each round tomorrow. There's some good missions happening. Board setups are good. I think we've made sure that every single board looks good and it's fun to play on. You've got enough terrain to hide stuff. You've got some lines of fire, some blocked lines. It's going to be good.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. We've got to set up all the little greeblies tomorrow morning, which we will have done by now if you're listening to it. Yeah, so once again, if you want to check out any of that, I'd head over to the Instagram or to the Discord. So we have 16 players, and that means 16 different lists.
Yeah,
which is cool. Let's have a bit of a quick breeze through them. Nothing too in depth.
Yeah.
We may do a competitive breakdown at another time, but at this point, we're just having a bit of fun and having a read through them. Our first player for tomorrow was Edward, who was running an Ultramarines successor, which is kind of cool. So he's running a custom chapter, which is the Master Artisans and the Whirlwind of Rage.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. And then he's running a bunch of Phobos, actually. So he's got a Phobos Chapter Master, just a regular Primaris Librarian and Tech Marine, a couple of squads of Incursors, some Intercessors, a couple of Invictors, a couple of Redemptors, a couple of Contempt of Volkites, and then 3 squads of Suppressors. That's fun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and a squad of Eliminators. So it's an interesting one. You've got
it's exactly 2,000 points.
On the nose.
Yes.
What a way to go! So that's quite an interesting one, because I'm reading that very quickly as going, well, you've got a solid firepower base with the 2 Redemptors and the 2 Contempt of Volkites.
Correct.
And the 3 units of Suppressors. And then you've got some early game. You're pushing forward already because you've got all this Phobos armor. You've got some early game mid-board control, and then some psychic and some character support.
Yep.
So that's kind of interesting. Reading it feels like they all. He knows how they all work together. So definitely a player to watch.
Yes, I think this list would do well.
Yeah, I think we can look at that and go, there's legs in the list. It's an interesting one. I'm keen to see how it goes tomorrow. There's some interesting matchups where it could come out well and it could fare poorly.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting. As you can tell, neither of us are Ultramarines players, so we haven't really got a major stake in this game. But I'm keen to see how they come out. Our second player is Andrew, who is running the Iron Hands, another Space Marine list. Iron Hands, just under 2,000 points, so wasn't able to hit the nose right there. Now,
not it.
Interestingly enough, I'm reading this as having a somewhat similar playstyle, because he's running a Primaris Chaplain on bike, Primaris Tech Marine, a squad of Infiltrators, a couple of Intercessors, 2 Redemptors, a Contempt of Volkite, sensing a bit of a theme there. a couple of Vanguard veteran squads, an Inceptor squad, a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike, which is fun. That's the Primaris land speeder. I love land speeders. Primaris ones look cool too. Always happy to see them on the table. And some Devastators. There's a drop pod as well for said Devastators to jump down in.
This one has a lot of firepower.
Yeah, I'm almost reading this as playing in a very similar manner.
I think so.
You've got your forward pushing infiltrators and your Vanguard vets. While they're not deploying forward, they're fast enough to jump forward, turn one, be up in the same sort of mid-board area. Then you've got your Tech Marine support for your 2 Redemptors and your Volkite Contemptor. Not as many Dreads in this list, because you're paying a lot of points for some other stuff. And then you've got your Inceptors. They're all Plasma ones. So you're running your Plasma Inceptors as well for some fast-moving fire support, much like the Suppressors in the other list.
Correct.
And your Storm Speeder. Storm Speeder is interesting. I'm keen to see it. I love them. I'm not convinced it's the most competitive choice. But props for bringing one. I'm keen to see it.
Yes.
And then, yeah, you got your Devastators deep striking out of a drop pod. What more can you ask?
Correct.
So those two will be interesting. I'll be interested to see if they go into each other at any point, because I could imagine that they'd be playing a relatively similar strategy.
Yes.
With the two builds.
And then are we? Can you tell us how are we gonna do the draw? How are we matching players? Are they?
Yeah. So sorry, the draw for tomorrow is just a round robin.
Okay.
I'll be determining. In fact, I'll be determining all of the pairings. Yeah, in advance. We'll let everyone know each round. So there's no scoring or bracket based pairing. This is just because we wanted to make sure we wanted to keep it as simple as possible for a more casual organized play event, just to make sure that there's no one can game the tournament or anything like that. You'll play a bunch of different people and have a great time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the third list is from someone that you may recognize if you've been listening to the podcast for a while. It's Charlie.
My favorite player.
Yeah. Charlie's fantastic. And he's of course running his Eldari.
Yeah.
Now he hasn't had the best of luck with them in the past, so I'm hoping that he can do it better with them tomorrow. And I like his list. He's been working and tweaking it for a while. So he's got a Farseer and a Farseer Skyrunner, with the usual selection of fantastic buffing powers the Eldar have.
Yes.
Some Dire Avengers and Rangers, which is interesting. He doesn't normally take a lot of troops. He's definitely been taking into these a little bit recently to try out the OBSEC and just having some bodies in the board he can rely on to hold objectives, which is nice. Rangers, I like Rangers as a choice. Yes, they're expensive, but they're troops and snipers.
Correct.
So he's got a unit of Rangers. I'm keen to see how they go, because I've had this thing for a while where I'm like, I think they can do work. Maybe. So we'll see. Some Shadow Spectres and Wraithblades in Elites. The Shadow Spectres can be a big whiff, or they can be Death Incarnate. It really depends on the rolls and precisely what they're shooting into.
Yeah, but it's Charlie who's rolling, so...
Yeah, true. But in all honesty, I suspect they might be a bit matchup dependent. There's definitely some that I can see them working and some that they might just not. But then again, Charlie's played them a lot. He can use them for Rod. He can be using them for all sorts of other things as well. And Wraithblades, they're good. They're tough. Yeah. Shining Spears, of course, for an Eldar list.
Yes.
They'll be doing their usual things, zipping forward, causing havoc. And a Lynx. His Lynx is epic. I love this thing. How good it is depends on the matchup and the mission and terrain and that sort of stuff. But he definitely can play it well. So I'm keen to see how it runs. Good to see he's running Spirit Stones on it as well. In the past, they've come and gone out of different lists. They're good, and I'm glad to see them on it here. Hopefully, they can make it survive a bit longer. And some support weapons. Oh yeah, support weapons, and then a Wraithseer. Yeah, only one Wraithseer here by the looks of it.
Yep.
Which is cool. And then the support weapons, which he's been painting up recently, is 3D cannons. They're cool. I love the little Eldar turret units they have. He's been painting them up. I'm keen to see how they go tomorrow.
Yep.
Then there's a Wave Serpent to transport some stuff, presumably the Wraith Blades. As usual, Spirit Stones. It's got its Serpent Shield that can throw mortal wounds around and all that kind of stuff. And then the second detachment are some Harlequins. I think this is our first dual detachment and dual factional list.
Yes. Soaring
so
Spite. Cool. His fusion strategy, I believe, for this one.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm reading through it, and it's essentially a troop master, a single troop with fusion pistols across the board, and a Star Weaver. So it's just a fusion bus.
Yep.
With a Star Weaver with a bunch of fusion pistols hanging out the sides, looking to cruise around the board, just melting all over the place. It's cool. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. I love Harlequins.
Yeah, they're so cool. So that's Charlie. Best of luck. I hope that you do well.
I hope he gets 3-0. 3 wins.
Yeah, 3 wins. That'll be good. And look, I like his list. We've seen him refining it a bit over the last few weeks as well. So yeah, hopefully he can come out and do work.
Awesome.
Yeah. So our next list is someone again who you may recognise. It's Icon, and he's running the Black Templars. Now we had him on last week to actually talk about how he'd been preparing for it, and trying out some different things. So let's see what they came up with. HQ is, of course, High Marshal Helbrecht. He's been painting him up. He looks mint. I cannot wait to see him in person tomorrow. A Primaris Chaplain and a Tech Marine. So, all right, a bit of all-round character support, some classic stuff. Assault Intercessors, and a Crusader Squad.
Yep.
Again, bread and butter. I can already see where they're going to be sitting on the board. How they're going to be running around. It's good stuff. And the elites, he's got the stacked elite slot. He's got an apothecary, of course.
Yes.
Chief apothecaries who can be bringing back anything and anyone. 3 redemptors.
3.
This is the first triple redemptor list.
Yeah.
I think it may be the only one. I'm not sure. Actually, now that I come to think of it. 3 redemptors. So they're going to be just throwing down withering amounts of firepower. And 2 Vanguard vet squads. There's lightning claws and storm shields all over the place, and storm shield. So one of them is lightning claws, and then a couple of storm shields, and the other one is just storm shield thunderhammer all the way down. Yep. Very nice. They're with the extra durability that Black Templars have access to. It just makes Vanguard vets harder to shift, and they're already tough, and they hit like a truck.
Correct. I think he's playing well also recently in all his practice games, so good luck to Jake.
Yes, best of luck, mate. And your Whirlwind as well, which is cool to see it come back. I know you were trying that out back earlier in 9th, and it sort of went away for a while. Good to see it back. So the Whirlwind there as well. So moving on once more, our next player is Foti, who is running the Tyranids.
Mm-hmm.
And
Stampede.
Fantastically, not the only Tyranid player at this event. Lockie will be happy about that.
Yeah.
Now they are running Tyranids. They're running the Crusher Stampede and of course Leviathan. Now they've got a Neurothrope and Old One Eye. Come on, that's awesome. Anything that is Carnifexes and Old One Eye has a tick in my book. So Neurothrope, Old One Eye, and then a unit of warriors. Hiveguard, Maliceptor, what looks like 4 Carnifexes, so 2 units of 2. 2 Sire Tyrodules.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And a Trigon Prime. So there's not a lot of not a whole lot of bodies in this list, really. It's just a lot of big ones. 2 Sire Tyrodules, 2 units of 2 Carnifexes.
This is
I love
interesting, yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's the most competitive Crusher Stampede list I've seen.
Yep.
But it's awesome. And look, Crusher Stampede, the Carnifexes can do work. It depends a little bit on what goes into them, but they've definitely got the tools to do it.
Yes.
So, Daniel is our next player, running the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
It's a man after my own heart. So, he's taking 3 tank commanders. All right, classic, standard stuff. 5 infantry squads. All right, now we're talking. 2 hellhounds, hilarious. And 2 Leman Russes, 2 Manticores, and a Chimera. So it's interesting that there's only 1 Chimera, so you can only really have 1 infantry squad hanging around in it. And also, now that I look back at it, there aren't any foot characters. So all of his characters are the tank commanders. They can't be issuing out orders towards infantry squads. So I can see them just being bodies to run on objectives while the tanks do all the heavy lifting. There's 5 Leman Russes in this list. 3 commanders and 2 regular ones. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And then a couple of Manticores to sit back and throw that artillery around. And a couple of Hellhounds to run forward and throw out flames. He's really... It's a list that'll press the opponent from turn 1. Now, it may not have the damage output that a lot of the newer ones do, but it's no slouch either.
I think so too.
So our next player is Mike.
Yes.
Michael, running the Death Guard.
One of the very active players as well in our TTS.
Yes, he's down in the Discord. He's always active, playing TTS games, playing games in real life. He's got a fantastic little setup.
I was surprised he's playing Death Guard. I thought he would be playing Drukhari.
No, he's been painting or been preparing his Death Guard for a while now. He's running some good stuff. So he's got a Chaos Lord and a Malignant Plaguecaster. 3 units of 10 Poxwalkers. Oh, sorry, 2 units of 10, 1 of 12. Then he has 3 units of Death Shroud. Keeping in mind, this is all just before the points changes, so they haven't gone up yet. 3 units of Death Shroud, a Foul Blight Spawn, 2 Fettered Bloat Drones with the Mowers, the Lord Mower Drones, that's epic, and 2 Plague Burst Crawlers.
Yep.
And then the bigger man himself, Mortarion.
Morty.
Indeed. 2,000 points on the nose. Oh. This is an interesting list.
Yes.
Because if you've got the stuff to deal with Mortarion, then you're not dealing with the 9 Death Shroud walking towards you, which is concerning, to say the least.
I think this list also will do well.
Yeah, this list, it'll really hinge on whether or not someone can deal with Mortarion early. If they can, they'll probably be all right. But if not, then potentially have some issues.
Correct.
Which is cool. I'm keen to see how it goes. I know he's painted Mortarion up.
Good luck to Mike.
Yes, good luck, mate. Then we have Carl. Now, Carl is our last Marine player, playing Blood Angels.
Okay, so we have 1 Ultramarine, 1 Iron Helmets.
Yep.
What's the other one? Black Templars, yes.
Yep.
So
and now Blood Angels.
Would be the Blood Angels. Okay.
So that's fully 1/4 of our player base, which is, I think, less than the percentage that collect Space Marines out of the entire 40k player base. So I'm going to take that as a win.
Yep.
He's playing Blood Angels. He has a Chapter Master, a Terminator Chapter Master. That's cool. A Terminator Librarian. Also cool. And a Primaris Tech Marine. A couple of units of Assault Intercessors. A couple of units of Infiltrators. If you've seen our recent Blood Angels and Tyranids battle report, you'll know that Infiltrators can be quite useful. I had a unit of them die very easily, and then a unit of them do a lot of work and hold up Loki for a while. Yep. So they're quite nice. Then Death Company, of course. And now this is potentially my favourite inclusion in the list. A Furioso Dreadnought. Fuck yeah. They're cool. They're not good, but they're cool. And then 2 Redemptor Dreads to do some actual work. Unit of Sanguinary Guard and a unit of Terminators. So a nice stacked elites section. And then just some Outriders to finish it off. So I can see a bit of fast moving and then just a lot of solid punch.
Yep.
Is what I'm reading.
Charge.
So that'll be nice. So we might have a very quick break and just hear a bit from Tim before we move on to the next list. So we'll be right back.
See ya.
DiceArcade.com.au. All the biggest brands of miniatures and wargaming. Free postage over $250.
Alright, thanks for that one, Tim. So we'll move right on, and this is our second Tyranid player, Dave.
Yep.
So Dave is running, of course, Leviathan, and he's got another really cool looking list. So he's not running Crusher Stampede, just running Leviathan. He's got a Hive Tyrant, and a Malinthrope,
Yep.
which is something you don't see every day. 3 units of Warriors, cool, very nice. 2 units of Hive Guard, a Maliceptor, 2 Exocrines, a Tyrannofex, and a Hive Crone. Now, a Hive Crone is interesting. That's one of the Tyranid flyers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a Hive Crone played.
I haven't seen this one as well.
Like in competitive, in casual, in anything. I'm not sure I've seen one. So that is pretty cool. And then look, a couple of Exocrines and a couple of units of Hive Guards. You've got a lot of heavy firepower coming in. The 3 units of Warriors kicking around. Yep, there's work they can do. Malinthrope, presumably to make them harder to hit. And then a Hive Tyrant, which is a solid beat stick.
Interesting.
Yes. So, our second Death Guard player is Justin. So,
Yep.
we have 2 of those running Mortarian's Anvil. He's got a Demon Prince and a Plague Caster. And then, this is an interesting one. He's running Death Guard Cultists.
Cultists. Yep.
As well as what looks like 2 units of Poxwalkers. The Cultists are an interesting choice. I'm not sure I see it, given that you can just take Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that one. But it's an interesting choice nonetheless. And it is nice to see the unit at least taken here and there.
Of course, yep.
Yeah. So then there's 2 Volkite Contemptors, which are classic, and then a Tallyman to back them up, which that's the combo for Volkite Contemptors as Death Guard. Is you run them with a Tallyman. He gives one of them hitting on 2s, exploding 6s.
Yes.
Good times. And then there's 2 units of Death Shroud. Not the full 3, but still 2 units. Very scary. And a Foul Blight Spawn.
Blight Spawn, yes.
Mm-hmm. Who has that fight's last aura around him. 2 Fetid Bloat Drones with the Moles. And then 3 Plague Burst Crawlers.
Yes.
So a lot of artillery fire, and then a lot of really solid mid-range fire with the Volkites, and then the Death Shroud to just walk through whatever's there
and kill. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a little different to what Mike tends to run, so therefore what we tend to play as far as Death Guard.
Yep. But
it'll be good to see it. Okay, and then we have Custodies List trying out the new book. Now, Custodies have had their points changes, whereas the rest of them haven't, because Games Workshop, in their infinite wisdom, decided to release the points changes for the Custodies like 8 or 9 days early. So a little over a week before chapter approved, which meant that the points changes did occur before our cutoff time for lists. Therefore, the Custodies players can indeed use their lower points.
Yep.
So they're going to be in a good spot.
True.
So he's running an Alaris Shield Captain, a Shield Captain on Dawn Eagle Jetbike, and Trajan Valoris. So a full suite of 3 Shield Captains. One of which is a character, of course. 3 units of Custodian Guard. Now, interestingly, he's mixing Sword and Board and the Spears, which does mean that he won't be able to use the Shield Strat to make it harder to hit them. But it also then does sort of mix it with profiles a bit, gives him a bit of flexibility. So that's kind of interesting. And 2 units of Prosecutors. They're the Sisters of Silence, which is awesome.
Yes.
Good to see them.
I love to see Sisters.
So he's really going to be shutting down Psychic armies.
Yes.
Now, in a very interesting turn of events, he has 3 units of Alaris Terminators,
Yep.
but each unit is only one single Alaris Terminator, which is a really cool option you've got in the new book.
Yes.
And it's nice to see them here because I'm assuming they're just going to deep strike down and rod. You're going to have one of them deep striking in turn 2 into a corner somewhere and rodding, and then 2 of them deep striking in turn 3 to rod in the one of the remaining corners. I imagine. So that's kind of cool. And then he's got a Vexillus Praetor, so that can have the teleport strat played, and a Contemptor Achilles Dreadnought. This is the Las Cannon Spear Dread. They're good. They're real good.
Yep.
There's not much else I can say about that. And then a unit of 4 bikes. So I'm presuming the 4 is purely for points. The bikes are interesting. They're fast. They do work, and they get where you need them to.
Yeah, I think this list is very good, so I believe this would really go well.
Yeah, so this is a list. Look, I've been reading a lot of the new book, so I'm excited to see them come out here. He's indeed running the Solar Watch, which is my favourite Shield host, and it does seem to be that in picking that I sort of had somewhere to go, and that people are starting to turn around and say that it's a useful one, and I can definitely see the way. I can see some of the ways this list will work. You've got the rod from the Alaris Custodians. The guard squads still throw me though. I will be very interested to chat with him and see why it is that they're equipped the way they are, and to see how they play on the table, because there might just be a strat or as in a strategy or a play that I'm missing with those. Yeah. So I'm cool. It's cool. I'm keen to see that. Running the Sisters of Battle, the Adeptus Sororitas.
Yes.
Is Ben.
Ben.
Running our Martyred Lady by the looks of it.
Yep.
With a Hospitaller, or a Pencha Superior, and a Canoness. And Morven Val.
Yes.
Morven Val's cool. Fantastic model, fantastic profile.
It's also very good.
Yeah, exactly. 3 units of Battle Sisters, 2 units of Celestian Sacrosancts.
Yes.
A unit of Dogmata, a unit of Repentia, and a unit of Paragon Warsuits. Now they will run nicely next to Val. Not the best profiles as they currently stand. So interesting to see them here. I'm hoping to see some epic charges with them running up alongside Val into some of the alien or the heretical horrors that are going to be gracing the battlefields. I'm keen to see them.
Yep.
And then 2 Dominion squads and a Zephyrim squad in fast attack. So a few different things going on there. And then 2 Retributor squads and 2 Rhinos.
Yep.
It's interesting. There's no none of the Exorcist or the new tanks. There's not necessarily a lot of outright firepower there. But look, you've got all the multi-melters on the warsuits. You've got their very nice profiles to begin with. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah.
So Liam, who is quite active in the Discord as well.
Yep.
He's bringing his Imperial Knights. There's an army close to your heart.
Yeah, my favorite army.
Yeah. So he is running. Which house is he running? House Crest.
Yes.
So this is one of your favorite houses to run as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So he is running 2 Armiger Helverins and 2 Armiger Warglaves.
Okay.
A Knight Castellan and 2 Knight Gallants. This is a very aggressive list.
Yes.
Especially for Imperial Knights, which tend to be more the shooty side of Knights.
Correct. So I reckon his strategy, of course, is to, really move forward because of the Galant. And then his Castellan would be, of course, just at the back and then shoot. So...
Yeah. So, you can see 2 Gallants and 2 Warglaves pushing forward. The 2 Warglaves going for objectives, 2 Gallants going for kills. then the Castellan and the Helverins in the back lines, holding objectives, shooting stuff.
Yep, true.
Look, it's simple strategy, but the profiles are good.
Yes. I wish him luck.
Yeah. And just to throw out there, he's been modelling them and working on them in Discord, and they're looking very nice.
Yes.
His bases are coming up really well. He's got a nice snow effect going on. Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Now for our second
Golden boy.
second golden boys, we have
Shay.
Shay.
Yeah, Shay. Yeah. Okay.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I'm sure I'll be corrected tomorrow. And they are running Empress Chosen, which for their shield host, which is the sort of generic one. They've got a Collectus Assassin, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Interesting to have an assassin in a Custodies list.
Yeah. A Blade Champion, a Shield Captain on bike, and Trajan Valoris.
Of course.
Again, with the points drops, Trajan Valoris becomes an almost auto-include, which, while I'm not happy about, it is good to see them hitting the table. Then a unit of Custodian Guard, and a unit of Prosecutors, and a unit of Sagittarium Custodies. So again, great to see Sisters of Silence showing up. The Forge World Sagittarium are really nice. They're solid long-range firepower. Yeah. I think they're the only unit that doesn't get free Misericordius now.
Okay.
Then there is a unit of Alaris Custodians, a full 5 of them. So I could potentially see them being released allianced at some point. Then 2 Contemptor Achilles Dreadnoughts with the Spears and the Adrathic Destructors, and a Vexillus Praetor, so the Standard Bearer. And then the big man, a Telemon.
A Telemon.
So this is this is another interesting one. Dreadnoughts and Terminators are cool. It's interesting to see the Telemon show up again. I guess they got a little cheaper, so potentially that can bring them back. But with the new book coming out, I feel like they were just edged out a little bit by some of the other options. So I'm keen to see how it goes. I could be entirely wrong, could turn around and carry the day for them.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So, we do have another Space Marine player.
Yes.
Forgive me, there is another one. This is Nahal, who I met at Geelong Heresy. Fantastic bloke. Knows his army very well, running the Dark Angels.
So this one would also be very competitive, I reckon, as well.
Yes, the Dark Angels are in a good place. And of course, we are still currently at the point where he can take two secondaries, one from the main book and one from his supplement.
Which I believe he would do.
Which is what Dark Angels like to do. They like to go Oath and they're one for sitting on their own objective.
Correct.
So he's running a Librarian and a Chaplain. Hold on, where are we?
Yeah, Librarian and a
Librarian and a Chaplain on bike.
Yep.
Some Intercessors, 2 Redemptors, and a squad of attack bikes. And then in the Deathwing, he's got Azrael, a Deathwing command squad, 2 Terminator squads, and a Ravenwing apothecary.
Yep.
So it's an interesting spread there. You've got some Dreads, you've got some Terminators. Nice to see the command squad make another appearance. Some interesting character support, and some attack bikes. My main thing with this is I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing a big cohesive plan for it. But then again, I'm not a Dark Angels player, so maybe there is one there. So good luck, Nahal. John is running the Orcs.
Orc.
Wah! For the greenskins. They'll be running across the boards. We've got a nice Orc table set up too, which I finished painting this afternoon.
Thank you, Dalton.
My eyes are dying.
That's so beautiful.
It's a good looking table.
That you've made, yes.
He's running Orcs. Deathkiller Wartrike. So that's the war boss with the trike.
Yep.
Unit of boys, another unit of boys, couple of units of commandos, 2 units of storm boys. That's hilarious. I love it. And a truck.
Yep.
And then he's running a beast boss on Squigosaur. Very cool.
Squeakosaur.
A boss snob.
Mm-hmm.
A unit of knobs with a boss snob. Read that horrifically wrong. And unit of tank busters.
Yep.
Then a unit of 5 Defcopters.
Yep.
3 Mega Scrap Jets, 3 Rocket Trucks, Squig Buggies, unit of Warbikers, 2 units of Warbikers, and 2 Mech Guns.
Yes. I love orcs.
So, a lot of orcs. That's cool. Yes, you're running the 3 of the Squig Buggies. So, a bit of that orc list still echoing through. But look, you've got some other stuff in there as well. The Warbikers and the Defcopters are cool. I like there's some boys, some boots on the ground, and Storm Boys are hilarious. So I'm keen to see how they come out.
Yeah, I like to see, of course, all the those painted armies. So
Yeah.
would be epic.
Yeah, and look, that wraps up all of the lists for tomorrow.
Yes.
Or today, sorry, when you're listening to this. Or last week, if it's already next week. Yeah, there's a good spread. I like that it's not all Space Marines, which is cool.
Yeah. Yes.
You've got a good spread, some Eldar, some Nids. Chaos with the Death Guard.
We don't have any Drukhari or Admech. So...
Yeah, no Drukhari, no Admech. Which is nice. So it's good to see them not be at every event.
So I think
there's no Grey Knights either, which is another interesting one.
Yeah, correct. No Great Knights as well.
Yeah.
But this one is a good list for everybody, and of course, I hope that they would have fun and then enjoy, of course, the event tomorrow, and then just to meet all the boys there, get to know each other, and then just keep on doing Warhammer.
Yeah, that's it. So look, best of luck to everyone. We hope you enjoy the event. We're certainly looking forward to it and looking forward to meeting you all, having you all there. For anyone listening to this, because of course the people who were at the event were busy playing, anyone listening to this, make sure to check out the Instagram or the Discord for constant updates. The Discord will be dropping in and out of that and chatting with you during the day.
Yep.
With a bit of video in there as well. So just get involved, check all that out. And if it sounds good, if it sounds like fun, you like what you see, make sure to stick around, because we are running more events later in the year, and we're planning even more for next year. We're already planning for next year and how much bigger and better we're going to make everything.
And then we have a prize for this one, right?
Sorry?
Tomorrow. We are giving away some prizes.
Yeah, of course. So we've got some fantastic prize support, which we'll be putting up an Instagram post in the morning. We're just finalising all of the specific divisions and stuff for that. So we'll be putting up an Instagram post or an Instagram reel or story or something like that tomorrow morning with that. And we'll, of course, be making sure to have the awards and stuff given out, shown on Instagram and down the Discord and chatted about. But it's cool. We've got some solid prizes, a couple of nice lucky door prizes, some stuff for painting as well. And look, even without any major prizes, we've got some great tables with some great people going to be there, which are going to go down and have a fantastic time.
Yes, really, really looking forward for this one. Like, waiting for this one, 1 month already.
Yeah, it's been a few months since we announced it.
Yeah,
and been planning it, but it's really come up very quickly now that we're less than 24 hours away from it. So good luck to everybody. I can't wait to see you all there tomorrow morning. And to everyone listening, we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.